everyone, and welcome to Hannah and Jake Live. How are you?
It's so startling for me. Not for them. They're probably like, okay, the music's winding down.
Yeah.
Cool, it's about time. For me, it's you going like this and staring at the information on your screen and then going, hello! So, Hannah and Jana and Jake and Hake. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of people. It's more people than we have involved in this operation.
Would it be
I like
nice if
your
we
nails.
both... Oh, thank you. Would it be
mine.
nice if we, You gotta get those nails painted. They'll look nice. I quit
I actually
biting my
really
nails,
hate
too, so
how
I
that
actually
feels.
have them. They're like actual nails now that I'm not biting, so...
You're not biting your nails?
Yeah.
How long has it been? When's the
I don't
last
know.
time you took the edge off?
Over a month, probably? I
Over
don't
a
know.
month? Okay, so we both bite our nails. You
Mm-hmm.
definitely bite down to the fucking... I don't even know what that's called. Pith? What's that called?
I have no idea.
To the fucking little nubbins. You get bad with it.
Mhm.
Why do you bite nails? Like, do you think about it at all? Or is it just... Is
It's a nervous habit.
only
Okay.
secondary?
It's a nervous habit, and this is an interesting story. It started because I hated
It
when
started?
When it started, I was like really little. I hated when my mom cut my nails. I wanted my nails longer. So as a fuck you, I bit them so she couldn't clip them. If they're gonna be short, they'll be short on my terms. And then it became a habit, and I
respect
couldn't.
that.
And then it became a habit, and I couldn't stop. So
After Jake's last stream, I want Stevenless Saturdays and Sundays. What is that your thing? After my stream, you want Stevenless. Did we talk about someone named Steven? Oh, Steven. Destiny.
oh, I didn't know that was Destiny's real name.
Yeah, his name is Steve. That's Stevenless Saturdays. Most days are Stevenless. Most of
Unless
them
your
are.
name is Steven, then every day is a Steven day, and you can never escape.
Yeah, but not that Steven. Yeah. Oh, I just forgot that he was a person again. But then I remembered when you said that. Okay, yeah. So I bite my nails. It's not. I guess I do it very rarely, nervously, but I'm not a very nervous person. I guess I'll do that at like mindlessly watching like sports or something, or like some movie with tension. Maybe I'll do that sometimes. But really what it is I hate things under my nails. I hate it. I don't know why. It's like, it's just a thing. I can't stand it. And then also,
thing to get the stuff out.
no, I do. And then sometimes it's like, because I do that very regularly. Sometimes what happens is I got the stuff, and then everything's irregular, and it needs to be re-regulared. And then that's why. But as if yours is any less weird.
Not
You
anymore.
wanted long nails, so you got short ones.
Well, that's...
What do you mean not anymore? You said it's been a month. Yeah, I've gone through month stretches of and then I fall off the wagon. I fall off of it. But
The nail polish helps. Genuinely. It reminds me I can't mindlessly do it because I come in contact with them, and then there's
that's a good
stuff
strategy.
there.
And you're like, yeah, I don't want to bite into that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. But yeah. Also, sometimes I'm strategic with it.
You're biting the
Sometimes-
ones you bit last, or not last, like the ones you did...
You gotta leave one. just in
cycle.
case
You
need
gotta,
a fingernail.
you gotta let the crop grow before you can reap your harvest.
Well, yeah, you don't want to like just slash and burn the whole field.
You don't want to Easter
nails.
Island your hands, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
you want to,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's psychosis aside. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm backwards on your Discord, I think, or am I backwards on mine? I guess
You look
technically I'm
normal to
backwards.
me. You look
No,
normal
I'm
to me.
backwards. I only see myself in mirror form. That's why. That's why. Anyway, corn nails? No. I actually really hate stuff on my fingernails. It just bothers me. I don't know. Like, I ended up peeling it off last time I got my nails polished. Yeah.
So, another crazy person's trying to get my channel down. That's fun.
I saw that. Call of an Uprising.
Call for an uprising.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone. I assume most people here are aware of my separate YouTube channel, Hannah Reloaded. Check it out. You can also check out Actual Jake here on YouTube. We both have quite successful solo careers now as well. So, if you
we're like the Beatles.
I was gonna say, if you like the song Imagine, then you'll love our channels.
If you like the song, God, I'm trying to name Paul McCartney singles. Paul McCartney.
Silly love songs.
Singles? Is that the
Silly love
best one?
songs?
The best one?
It's in
Hey Jude is technically what?
That's a Beatles song. No, you got to do when he was in the band Wings.
Paul McCartney singles, and it showed me "Hey Jude, Here Comes the Sun."
Those are singles he did with the Beatles.
Yeah, that doesn't.
But he was in the band Wings when he was
okay.
Apart from the Beatles.
Well, no, I mean Paul McCartney though, not in the band Wings. John Lennon wasn't in the band John Lennon.
John Lennon had a band, I think. He had a band backing him up.
You can have a band, but you're a solo act. These are different things. It's like calling it. It's not Dave Matthews. It's the Dave Matthews Band. It's not Hootie's Blowfish. It's Hootie and the Blowfish. Anyway,
that's like saying Phil. Okay, like Phil Collins still did music when in
Phil
Genesis.
Collins is in Genesis. Yeah, but that's not his single. You don't go. Oh. I love the drum solo in Genesis's song. No, it's all Phil's. He gets the whole thing.
Do.
Yeah, it's a good one too. It's a good one.
Anyway, so
no Hootie though. I don't care what Darius Rucker says. He knows he's
Hootie. That motherfucker is Hootie.
Everybody agrees he's Hootie. If everybody agrees that you're Hootie, you're Hootie.
It'd be like imagine if the band. Okay, so you know the fictional band Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie.
Imagine if she was like, "I'm not Josie. You
Gem
are
holograms.
Gem.
Gem. Ridiculous.
She's truly outrageous." That's for the one Gem fan in the audience.
Well, I'm old enough to remember that, so.
I'm not.
Well, they played it. Well, I mean, I don't think it was contemporary, but they played on Cartoon Network. They used to play old cartoons a lot. I thought it was Gem with a. It is Gem with a J, isn't it? It is.
Yeah.
Eleanor Rigby gets in my head all the time. Not Eleanor Rigby, but the rhythm of Eleanor Rigby. So sometimes I'll just walk around the house and I'll be like, Charmin the puppy. He likes his kibbles and also his sister. She is a cat. Like, I just made that up, and that's probably something I would sing in my house. So, yeah, I do that shit all the time. Do you sing to the cats?
Yes, but it's just random things. I'm not a plagiarist, Jake. I just make up my own tunes.
I didn't know you freestyled for your cats.
Oh, obviously.
Impressive. Okay, let's hear a sample. What's a sample of a song that you give to Loop?
Like, let's say Cassie. Cassie has butt issues sometimes.
So does Ellie.
So, I don't know, like...
Juicy? Does she have butt juice?
Butt juice, and when we got her, she was hit by a car recently before we got her.
She was hit by a... Oh, okay. I thought after you got her, she was hit by a car. I'm like, what the fuck?
No.
You mentioned that shit.
She got hit by a car, and then she got picked up by the animal rescue that we got her from. Right. And it was, she had like some muscular issue with her sphincter had some sort of
imagine getting hit by a car, getting in a car accident, and your butthole breaks.
They also thought the other theory the vet had was that some asshole kid or someone like picked her up by a tail, because if you like do that, it can fuck up a cat's muscles around their like rear area, and
that sounds awful. That sounds not as funny.
Anyway,
if it's an accident, it can be a little silver lining. If it's an abuse, I want to hurt.
Yeah. So, she used to leave little poops sometimes, like just because she would not like full poops, but you know,
just like little oopsie poops.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
But that doesn't really happen anymore. It's gotten stronger. Literally, the vet had to
butthole rehab.
The vet did
butthole rehab is such a cool fucking idea.
The vet did tests where they literally just had to, like, let's say this is the cat butthole, just to see how much resistance there was, to see how the muscles were, and it got stronger.
Look.
It's like a Rocky training montage, but with a cat asshole.
Just like in real life, if you just lay off for a little bit, you'll tighten right back up.
I can attest. I can attest.
Wait, you engaged? You engaged? Nothing happened to my butthole over the 2 weeks. But I did go on vacation. I went on vacation with the Sunday D&D group. That was cool. It was very chill. I probably smoked more weed than I've ever smoked in my life, though.
That's a lot of weed. I've seen how much weed you
It's a
can smoke.
whole lot of. Well, I don't smoke like chain smoking, like some people.
No, but you get like you get strong stuff a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And
I'm a connoisseur. But like usually it'll be like, we'll pass around a single joint and we might hit it twice during a night on a night we get very high normally. This is not what happened here. We had at one point 3 in rotation among like 5 of us. It's too much. It's too much. It was a lot. I had a lot of fun. It was on a beach. It was that sort of that last weekend before the summer is like kind of done. You gotta go through fake fall 3 times and then you get real fall. We had first fake summer. It was good. First fake end of last summer. I don't know, but it was nice. And we hung out, and our friend Arian, who we've been on the podcast with before, he wanted to pay for a house for it this time instead of all of us chipping in, and so he did. And like I helped him pick it out and stuff. And the pictures, it was like, okay, that's going to be a spacious place, but it's not going to be crazy. And it wasn't like crazy expensive or anything. Like if we split it all, we all could have split it. But I mean, why do we need to? He's a millionaire. And we got there, and it was way bougier than any of us anticipated. It was, I mean, the rooms themselves, like, I stayed in a room that was as big as the width of my house. Not realizing that was what was, like, in the pictures, we're like, oh, okay, that has a nice view.
Okay.
But like, there's 18 feet of extra space on the left and right of this California king. It was too much house. Next time we will get less house, but it was a good time. He paid for it, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, that was really cool. He had a good time. It's the only time that he is. If you guys don't know who Arian is, because maybe you don't. Arian is Arian Foster. He used to play in the NFL, and he's been a good friend of mine for a long time, and a fan of our show. And we've hung out a few times, but it was the first time. And he's a black man, and it's the first time he's ever hung out with white people on a trip like this in his life. And he's like, it was super funny because he's like, I gotta be honest, this is really different. And he was just like explaining it. He's like, wow, you guys are like versus my friends, you guys are like a lot quieter, and like we weren't playing music at the beginning. He's like, wow, this is just weird. You guys are just like hanging out like this. No, it was nice though. And it was up in the Traverse City area, and so we did a little bit of that. But mostly we just hung out and introduced everybody else to a place, because Sarah and I like to go visit up there. And it was a good time. And then I immediately got sick the night I got home. I felt good the whole time. And then and Alex was in the car with me. It was me, Sarah, and Alex on the way home. We dropped him off. He got his shit out. We took some of the stuff out of the car. Then you sort of do that thing where you kind of have stuff left in the car after you leave home for a little while. But you bring the essentials in. You kind of sit down and you finally go, and like our buddy Brian watched Darwin and Ellie and Miko, I guess, although that's pretty low impact right now. So he left shortly after that. Congrats to him. He became an uncle pretty much the night before. Maybe about an hour later, I get like really dry in my like sinus on my left side. And I just, you know how when you're starting to get sick and you get that like weird like sting?
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. And so I took a little bit of something and took a vitamin and like went to bed, and I woke up and I was just destroyed for a whole week. just coughing. I was making all sorts of goop, which was good though, because it wasn't like a COVID scare. Yeah. So that's nice when you're all goopy under COVID. But I did tweet. I was like, oh yeah, it's really fucking cool that like just getting sick post COVID, you have to like reconcile your mortality. Like as soon as you get anything, because mine would have been a breakthrough case because I'm vaxxed, obviously, which would mean it's pretty fucking serious stuff. But no, we're fine. No one even else got sick, I don't think.
Alex said he was fine, and he was in the car with you.
And we shared like weed and stuff and
he
drinks.
Said that. He said you shared drinks and everything. So
yeah, and in fact, the last night, the very last night, he got like a some sort of special thing from the weed store just to commemorate the last day. It was like a nice big wrap thing. It was very nice. And I'm forgetting the name of it suddenly. It's not a. Why can't I remember the name of it? A backwood. And we smoked that, but it got like someone had juicy lips on it, and we were like, who did the juicies? And we were making jokes about that, and so we sort of tore it off and like went around stuff. But I remember that, and like we shared that. Nobody else got sick but me. It had to be like a combination of the sheer amount of weed that I had to smoke. Everybody else there smokes a lot more than me, pretty much. And then I was just hanging in there with them, enjoying myself. But it must have been like a combination of just like too much trauma on my insides, and then I probably picked up a bug like last minute. Like I went to the bathroom at a gas station. I washed my hands and didn't like touch the toilet seat and go up in my nose, but maybe that was it. Maybe that's the only thing I can think of. That's the only place I went that was even marginally sketchy. But we wore masks most of the time. We I don't know. This is weird. If anything, I thought I would get sick from the football game I went to the week before. But I didn't. Did you see that, by the way?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Well, not the football game itself, but I tweeted
the rally thing?
No. The rally thing was just after that. Before that, the Sunday prior to that, we went to a football game because Alex and Randy had never been to a professional football game.
Okay. So that's interesting. I've even been to a professional football game, and I don't even like football. Yeah.
Huh.
Went to a Lions game.
It's a good time. It's a good time. I don't think anyone can have a bad time unless you're just really uncomfortable or something. But like if you're with friends. Nick Bush, thank you for the $2. Which goop is worse, Dave or Gwyneth Paltrow? Gwyneth Paltrow. She has much broader reach. But which would I rather eat? Whatever Gwyneth Paltrow is eating or what Dave is eating? Gwyneth Paltrow has a better handle on food. But there was this dude as we were walking up to like process our tickets and walk in the stadium. There's this dude with like a sign following people around and being like, "Hey, you're gonna go to hell." Okay. You didn't see that? And then there was also, I laughed at him. I turned the camera on and I tweeted it.
I did. I did see that. I remember.
And he go, how? And I turned it off right after that. And he goes, in real life, I didn't catch it on camera. He goes, "How dare you laugh in the presence of Jesus?" And it was super funny. It was OG.
Wait, did he think he was Jesus? What does he mean in the presence of Jesus, or just in the sense that he's everywhere?
I don't quite remember. But, like, I don't know if it was in the presence of Jesus, but it was like, how dare you laugh at something Jesus God? Because it was pretty loud there. But then there was a guy right before that who was like, boycott the NFL, because they kneel and shit. Boycott the NFL, and he was wearing Lions merch. It's incredible. Just so incredible. Yeah. So anyway, follow me on Twitter, because sometimes I make fun of people. Oh! There was a guy, I didn't have my phone on me. I'd actually left it in the car when we were shopping on vacation. I'm telling you all these stories because we haven't been able to yet. I was sick. Hannah was in town and avoided me because I was sick. Smart. Still got a little bit of something, but it's pretty much 95% good. But you might see me cough or blow my nose. But there was a guy, we were walking down the place, and if no one knows about Traverse City, Michigan, it's a pretty progressive place, even though it's pretty bougie, which is interesting. Like, class doesn't really inform their politics as much because it's a tourist area, so they have like a big mix of people. And so it was interesting. We went during initial lockdown the first time, and we wore masks the whole time, and everyone was like, they had like pro Gretchen Whitmer stuff because during that it was like just after lockdowns and people were mad, and they were like, yeah, like please socially distance, please wash your hands. They had stuff everywhere. It was great. And it was a perfect place to vacation. And this time we went, so a year later, and it was after their peak season, after July, because they have the Cherry Festival there. And so this is in September, so things have died down, and they're kind of just on their last little push before all the tourists go away, and they can just have their town back. And there was this guy standing on the sort of there's this like little area where it's basically a public speakers center, and there's some benches around. And he was standing there. We had walked out of a store, and our poor buddy Andrew had he didn't want to go in the store. It was something he didn't care about, and that was kind of how we did stuff. And so we would just sit outside if we didn't want to go in. And so he was sitting outside, and we walked up to him, and he's sitting there going like this, looking at an old guy, and the old guy is standing there with a clipboard and is like, "Hey, would you like to sign my?" And he was very, very serious. Sign my I don't know, some sort of ballot thing, so that we can get a public option for COVID vaccines instead of like mandates. He's like, I just want people to be able to opt out legally, and it's like you already can. But he's like, I just want just to have it on the conversation. You don't want to have a conversation about it, and so I walked by. And I looked at them. I was like, I don't want to work. I'm on vacation. And he approaches me.
I find that to be a lie. Knowing you, no, you enjoy this shit. You enjoy this shit.
Sometimes I do, but it was just like I was enjoying my day, and we were shopping and stuff. And he approached me, and he's like telling me a spiel, and I sit there and I listen to him for a second, and I go, "Are you vaccinated?" And you know what he said?
Did he say it's a HIPAA violation to ask that?
No.
Did he say
worse.
yes?
Worse. He goes, "Vaccinated for what?" What do you mean, what? And I go, "You know what I'm asking. What? For fucking COVID." And he goes, "No." And I go, "Ew, bye." And I walked away from him, and then some hero, some glorious woman is standing on the other side of him that I didn't really see. I wasn't really paying attention to her. And she goes, and points at his face and goes, "You're a fucking idiot, and you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know shit about science." And she started laying into him. So we walked away and enjoyed our day. I didn't have to work.
That's good tag team work. That's good.
I didn't know
good.
she was tagging in. It was sort of like John Cena. She was just fucking came out unannounced to the song, and then we all go, "Oh my god!" And then we walked away. It was good. Da, 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 da. I don't know the rest.
Dun 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 dun.
That's it. You remember memes?
Yeah. Thank you, Baja. I can hear you downstairs. I see you got home. Your package got here, by the way. Baja's been scheming.
Scheming?
Yes.
Getting you presents?
Yes. She's working on a proposal.
Oh, that's not really. You shouldn't know anything about that. And knowing you don't want to fucking wait for any sort of surprise at all.
No, this is one thing that I'm not snooping.
You've already. Yeah, you're not snooping?
No. Not for this. Christmas presents when I was a kid, that's one thing. This is a completely different thing. I'd like to be surprised.
You look up Reddit spoilers for a movie you're walking into.
That's a movie, though. This is an important event in my life. I wouldn't do that, legitimately.
So is the after credits scene in Doctor Strange 2. Okay?
I don't think as big of a weirdo as I am, I don't necessarily put the end credit scene of a Marvel movie on the same level as a proposal from someone I love, you know?
That's funny.
But seriously though, we have this office. I don't know. Here, I'll show you. Chat's seen it, but like this is my shit, and then over here, the other half of the office is her half, and there's like a divider. And she's been doing things back there, and I don't know what they are.
Doing things.
Yeah.
What if it's a t-shirt gun? She shoots you in the chest with a proposal t-shirt.
What's on the t-shirt? What's the t-shirt look like?
The t-shirt says, "Will you gay marry me?"
Yes.
Right. But then you have a bruise on
She
your
better
solar
give me a
plexus.
t-shirt cannon with a t-shirt cannon with 2 shirts that have options, and I'll shoot that t-shirt back.
It's like a This is just one step away from gender reveal pyrotechnics level.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
It's not a t-shirt cannon.
It's not a t-shirt cannon. Bullshit. Restart.
Restart. T-shirt cannon time. Gary me, will you Gary me? That's good. That's good shit.
You smudged it a little bit.
Oh.
Oh, I thought that was like a mind meld thing.
Mhm.
It's like a Vulcan.
She's half Vulcan. Did I not ever mention that?
Isn't that just Romulan or am I nuts? Or is that
No,
just another kind of?
No.
Wait,
Romulans.
Are Romulans Vulcans? Romulans are
Ro-
Vulcans that moved off. They split off,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Romulans and Vulcans were one
Wait, what's
species.
a half? Wait, Spock is half though.
Spock
What do
is
they
half
call that?
Vulcan. They're
They
just
just call
half
it half
Vulcan.
Vulcan.
It's like a half
kinda
elf.
lame.
That's just what it's called.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be more. I don't know. Anyway, what else happened in our lives?
I got a PlayStation 5 finally.
I saw that. What'd you get with it? Didn't it say like NBA 2K or something?
No.
Package?
Mm-mm.
What was the bundle you got?
I didn't get a bundle. I just got a normal one.
Oh, maybe someone else got a bundle, and I thought that someone. I thought it was you. I thought someone got a game that they just would never clearly play ever. Although mine came with Spider-Man, which Miles Morales. It came with Hitman 3, which I haven't opened, which I guess is good. And it came
I like
with
the Hitman games.
Avengers. It was the only option though, so I had to get it.
So I have the Avengers game, but I bought that for PlayStation 4. I pre-ordered it. Honestly, that game's gotten better. It's still just an okay game, but I enjoy playing it sometimes. It's pretty satisfying.
Oh, it's Randy. Randy got a bundle.
I have the Miles Morales game. I got the updated remaster of the first Spider-Man game. Deathloop I got, which is great. I know you said you don't like shooters, but it's more
I
like
don't usually like shooters, but I know it's the people that made Dishonored, and I know you like that game.
It's like a shooter RPG where it's a time loop, so every time the day repeats, and you gain powers and weapons. Yes, it's a roguelike, but with the roguelike element being a literal time loop. It's great so far. I really, really enjoy it. I'd recommend it. Even if you don't want to get it now, if you ever see it anywhere on sale for like $20, even 30, 40, I'd highly recommend it.
I felt like it might be a game that went on sale rather quickly, but people seem to really enjoy it, so I may end up getting it. But it seemed like a PlayStation Plus bundle game that I'd get at some point.
Yeah, in the next couple of years they might do that. It wouldn't surprise me. Either way.
I'm going to wait 2 years if it's actually good, though. But
I also got the game Control. Did you play that on PlayStation 4 at all?
I've heard it's very good, but I haven't played it.
It's great. The physics are amazing. I know. Baja, you know that game I play that has the crazy fucking physics?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then nuts, like the rocks blow apart, and it's like the physics simulations are crazy.
Also, the light that reflects off of like the marble-looking stuff.
Yeah, because the PlayStation 5 version has the what do they call that? Ray tracing, so all the reflections are real time. It's beautiful. The Spider-Man game does that too in the remaster, where all the reflections are real now.
Was really, really good in that. It looked really nice.
It's crazy.
I actually didn't finish it yet. It felt, for some reason, Miles Morales felt like a DLC.
I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's like a Spider-Man 1.5. It reminds me a little bit of like, I don't think the jump in quality is the same, but like Fallout 3 versus Fallout New Vegas, it uses a lot of the same assets, the same engine, and it just builds on top of it to make an extra experience. I enjoy Miles Morales a lot.
I like Miles Morales, the character, a lot. The pacing of that game, initially, I haven't got into it, but you're just sort of like thrown in really fast instead of like that slow build in Spider-Man. And I remember Spider-Man, the first time I played it, it felt like Peter Parker was so fucking stressfully busy, and I just remember being like, they got it, they nailed it. And I don't feel that way with Miles Morales as much.
Okay, well,
Where
maybe
he's not really. It doesn't feel as juggly because they sort of jump you into the open world like after you do that like construction site thing with the train, and then you're kind of like in it, and you're kind of around.
It's a different character though. I think that's
know
fine
it is.
because Miles is still like in high school. He's not as busy as Peter is juggling jobs and stuff. So
Sure, yeah. It was just like, I don't know. I felt like they didn't take as much care because they had introduced him in the last game a little bit. So
sure,
but
either way, I'm excited for the next Spider-Man, and they're doing a Wolverine game, which will hopefully be good. So.
yeah, the Wolverine game is got to be good. There was an old Wolverine game when I think was it the Wolverine came out.
Yes,
Or,
that was apparently good. I didn't play it, but I saw reviews at the time, and they were
actually
surprisingly good
fucking-
for a tie-in.
It was pretty brutal too. Like you'd like cut people apart and stuff, and it was like they were trying to go for like a more Wolverine-y thing. I think that's the way you got to do it. I think Wolverine has to be a little intense because the man murders people with hand knives. That's fucking that would fuck somebody up psychologically. Like, so I hope they do. It was X-Men Origins Wolverine. It was there was like a jungle thing. That was the one with the shitty Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, the original Deadpool, the shitty one. Where he was like absorbing people's powers,
and they sewed his mouth shut. The one thing that they they sewed shut the Merc with the mouth's mouth in the most fundamental misunderstanding of a character ever.
He had blade arms instead of katanas.
He did.
Like, why try to reimagine something people like that? I don't know. But Slomo Panda says, Hannah, look up Stray trailer and clips coming in February. I think it's the cat game, isn't it?
Oh,
I
remember.
Cat.
I remember they unveiled that at the PlayStation thing. Yeah, that looked cute.
PlayStation, yeah, that'd be cool.
What else? I've been buying 4K movies because you know how big of a I love physical media, so I bought a bunch of 4K movies and stuff. Looks great.
4K looks great.
It does. I have like a 65-inch TV. It looks really good.
I think that's how mine is. Yeah, it's a. I don't do physical media as much.
I like it. I like having it as it's a collection. Like I don't know. I like it. I like procuring.
You grew up in a house with a den, so I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I did not have a den.
Like someday, I really, really want to have a house that has like a room that's specifically for watching. Not like every movie gets watched in there, but if I have people over, it's like dark in there.
A home theater.
Yeah, and actually have a projector and stuff. I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be so cool.
It would be cool.
Do I have a sound system? I have a sound bar and a subwoofer, but I do not have like surround sound stuff or anything.
I'm thinking
someday.
About a sound bar and putting stuff in the living room. I think that'd be good.
Honestly, even if you just get the sound bar, it improves the sound a lot. Especially with the new sound bars, they're like really, really good. They can make it sound. You'll be pretty surprised by the difference. I didn't think there was going to be that big of a difference when I bought mine, but no, there is.
Do I have to get a specific Sony one for it to be as perfectly compatible? Or what?
You don't have to. I bought a Sony one, and the thing about it is everything's like compatible. So I have a Sony TV, the PlayStation, and a Sony soundbar, and everything connects together and recognizes each other. And I like that. It's very convenient. So if I turn on...
My remote broke, though.
But so like if I turn on my PlayStation and hit the button on the controller to turn it on, it turns on the TV and the soundbar all at the same time.
Is that why my PlayStation turns on sometimes? Because my TV turns on?
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a cool TV though.
And like my PlayStation remote works on the soundbar because I have a media remote for the PlayStation 5 for like movies and stuff. So if I do the volume on that, it turns the soundbar on and off. It's great.
That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll do that. I haven't invested in my home entertainment in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we do that a lot, so. Don't have a PS5? Oof.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I find the PlayStation 5 to be my favorite system ever.
The loading times are crazy.
Yeah, it just works really well. Like, I didn't like the last PlayStation as much because the UI was a little funky.
The 4
It wasn't as
or
good.
the 4 Pro
Specifically? The 4. I didn't play
Okay.
the 4 Pro. You know, it's just never been as good as like the Xbox and the Xbox Live sort of experience
Okay.
with the panels and stuff. And it was always a little slower. PlayStation 5 is like probably the best. Just like the way the tools are at the bottom, and then you can pop out to the top bar and you can customize it. It's really good, and it works really, really fast. So I strongly suggest getting a PlayStation 5 when you can, actually.
If you can find them. They're a bitch.
Yeah, well, I had to sit there and refresh my phone. I was high, and I was like, I got the notification from Cheap Ass Gamer or something on Twitter, and they monitor that, and they're like, well, they're going in stock soon at GameStop, and I'm like, I mean, fuck it, I might as well try. And I sat there. It was like 3 a.m. And I sat there because it was like a West Coast midnight thing, and I sat there and kept redoing it, and I almost gave up, and I did it like one more time, and it popped up, and I was like, fuck, gotta do it, because I had set money aside for that for months. But anyway,
I was gonna say, speaking of home entertainment, bad segue. Doctor Who. We haven't talked about Doctor Who in a really long time.
Doctor Who.
Does this count as an episode of Who Cares?
Oh man, fucking Who Cares? Maybe we'll have to bring that back for that.
Maybe.
Now that we have a channel that's more about just like what we like to talk about at all times, I do want to do a chick tract and a movie review soon though, because we'll be getting back into stuff at a higher clip. That'll be fun. But so I had not caught up on the Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who stuff. But the last one I had seen was the Ghosts of Punjab, I think was it called.
Okay, that's actually a good episode. I like that episode.
I liked it, and then I was like, okay, that's a good one. And then life happened. Shit, I think
it's on HBO Max now. By the way,
yeah,
all of it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think that actually happened around COVID when I actually finally caught up to that, and then life got a little weird. But which is weird because you have more time to do stuff. I didn't do it. But Chibnall's out, which is apparently a good thing because there's huge retcon things about the Time War and all that shit. So I'm just setting that up because I know you're going to rant for quite a while. Please regale me with the tales of Doctor Who, and no, I do not care.
You don't care about spoilers.
Does anybody else care about spoilers for Doctor Who for the Chibnall seasons? You've had a while to get up to it. They've been done for quite a bit. Wow, those hands need to tell me things, so just let them out.
So
let it out.
Okay.
There will be spoilers for Doctor Who, so if you don't want that, I guess chill.
So first of all, I want to say I don't blame Jodie Whittaker or any of the actors or actresses
from what I saw.
When the scripts are better, Jodie does great. I think she plays a doctor who is caring very well, because we've had a lot of doctors who are like aloof or very alien or standoffish, and she's doing the opposite. She's playing a doctor that's very compassionate and very open with her feelings, and that's when it works, it works. Demons of the Punjab is a really good example of that. The speech she gives at the end during the wedding, really excellent. It's a different kind of doctor speech, right? Because she is very, open with her feelings and how she feels about the beauty of the universe and all that sappy stuff. The problem is, Chibnall sucks as a writer. He's terrible.
We had such high hopes for him too. We were like,
We
hey,
did.
there's some like good stuff here. There's some Black Mirror shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like, and
So most of the episodes are bad, and every single season-long arc, there's only been 2 so far. He has 1 more season yet to come out. Both season arcs have been pretty bad. The first series, I don't care about the new villains he introduced. The guy with the teeth in his face, whose name I'm forgetting.
That was actually a villain?
Yeah. He was in the first episode, and he's in the finale. He's like the season...
He didn't seem that interesting. So
no, that's what I'm saying.
He seemed like a 1-week villain.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that season's super weak. The second season had more good episodes. The episode with Alan Cumming, because I love Alan Cumming. I don't know if you Floop from Spy Kids. He plays King James, the guy that wrote the King James Bible, and he's bisexual, and it's very, very funny. That's a great episode.
Alan Cummings plays a character that's a little gay? What?
There's another episode that's really good called Prisoners of the Jejune. That's good, although it starts a plot line that you go, nah.
Jejune.
The
Jejune.
rhinoceroses, Jejune on the moon.
Yep.
So they come back, and it's cool seeing them again. So then I get to the finale. Oh, by the way, Sasha I want to say it's like Sasha Dawan. I'm probably mispronouncing his last name. I apologize. He's the master.
The one that plays the master, yeah.
He's the master in this series. I think he does a good job. Again, I think the scripts are iffy, but I think, like, if they keep him on as the master in the upcoming seasons, I'm fine with that. He's fine. He's not as good as Missy, but, like, that's Michelle Gomez, so I think it's going to be hard to beat her for a while. So anyway, the finale comes out.
She was great. She was so good.
The finale comes out, and it retcons the entirety of Doctor Who history, and it is so stupid, and I hate it. So in the finale, it turns out... You already had this spoiled, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in the finale, it turns out the Time Lords, previously, it has been said, had developed regeneration as a technology, but also they developed time travel and stuff as a result of their planet having a natural, like, time schism, the like, portal that they can look into time with.
Yeah, and that's how they
evolution.
determine their names. They look into the timey-wimey shit and find out, like, oh, I'm the Doctor, I'm the Master, and that was sort of the drumbeat thing, and it's, like, there's a lot, their whole culture is sort of around there, right?
It's a big part of them coming of age as Time Lords, because there are Gallifreyans, which is everyone on the planet, and there are Time Lords. It's like a ritual of initiation. Yeah. Not necessarily how they get their names, though. They choose their names, but that, like, you learn something about yourself, which I'm sure.
That's what I mean. You sort of look
into
you look into the thing and sort of learn, and then you find your name, and it's sort of like the truth of your reality, sort of thing.
So they retcon this. And now, the reason the Time Lords got regeneration is because early in Time Lord history, they weren't even necessarily Time Lords yet, I think. The Timeless Child popped in from another dimension.
The Timeless Child? Oh, God. It's Doctor Who.
And fell to Gallifrey.
Doctor.
This child had regenerative abilities. This child had infinite regenerations, and no one else had regenerations. So the Time Lords experimented on this child and stole the child's regenerative ability or copied it using unethical experiments.
I don't like that at all.
This child,
one.
This child, it turns out, is the Doctor, is the child version of the Doctor. And it turns out...
The same kid that was scared in the 50th anniversary?
No. Because it turns...
It's not the same?
Okay. I guess it could be. That gets more confusing. Because we assume that kid is William Hartnell, First Doctor, right? Because he kind of looks like him.
Right, or at least, you know...
But it can't be, because we find out later that, in this, we find out that William Hartnell's First Doctor is not the First Doctor. Right. There are countless, hundreds, potentially thousands of Doctors before the First Doctor.
Is that what his brain was thinking? Like, oh, I could do prequel stuff.
I don't know.
That's bad.
Don't know. It's terrible.
For those of you who don't know Doctor Who stuff, what makes Doctor Who kind of interesting is that the Time Lords have this ability to both have these time machines. This one's the TARDIS, and although they have better ones later, and they also have this regenerative ability. So if they die, their bodies swap out. It's kind of a way for them to write a new show with a different actor, but it's a cool sort of lore thing. And the idea behind the Doctor is that he or she or they, I guess in this scenario, they're pretty much the only one that chooses to take this responsibility and do cool stuff. Initially, it's not that. Initially, the First Doctor is sort of like running away. And,
the First Doctor's an asshole. His whole first character arc is learning.
And kind of the whole thing is like he's learning that he has this ability to like really make change, and the Doctor is specifically just super clever, and his superpower is just like a combination of luck and really good planning.
Hello,
Always
Mr.
knowing,
Ma'at, by the way. You asked for a
all,
hi. Hello.
always hi, Mr. Mod. Always having some sort of plan, which is why Doctor Who is really interesting, because even the audience, and this is especially clear in the Tennant Matt Smith times, and maybe a little bit of Capaldi, but always knows more than the audience knows, and there's always like a little bit of something that can be done, and so it's just this kind of cool. I don't know. It's just kind of cool, like space detective. It's like a superhero without superpowers, although sometimes there are those, and it's like space Sherlock. It's cool. It's a cool idea, and they do a lot of really fun things and make a lot of really good, like, there's some amazing speeches from all these actors. There's some amazing like I don't know, cultural moments. I just think it's cool, and there's so much canon that you erase from that. It's
People are bringing up. People are bringing up the classic Who episode, The Brain of Morbius. Guys, I know the Brain of Morbius exists. Okay, so the Brain of Morbius was a Doctor's, I think a Fourth Doctor story, where the Doctor goes up against this superfluous intelligence, and they link together in the serial. They link together their minds, and in this we see this was a serial from like the 70s. It shows the Fourth Doctor, and then as it enters his mind, it shows the Third Doctor, and then the Second Doctor, and then the First Doctor. And then it keeps going, implying in that Fourth Doctor story that there may have been previous Doctors. But that's the only bit of classic Who canon that implies that, and everyone ignored it afterward, I think for the better. But But then Chibnall came along and he liked that idea so much, he used clips from that in The Timeless Child. So, guys, I'm aware of the Brain of Morbius. I do not care. It's stupid and it hurts the overall premise of Doctor Who.
I think if you take that, if you make the Doctor special like that, and like the source of this, it really dampens a lot of the messaging.
It makes the Doctor too special. It makes the Doctor this ultimate, like, perfect, extra-dimensional god being.
It's Jesus-y instead of, like, Hercules.
Sure.
Where there's this, you know, Hercules dies at the end of the story. Like, it ruins the stakes. Even though, like, maybe, you know, fourth wall, we understand, like, Doctor Who will continue. But the Doctor dies all the time and becomes a new person, and that's kind of like the stakes. Like when the Doctor is, although Moffat really liked the Doctor's dying stories, but when done well, and there are many instances of this being done well. I mean, I think it's, I don't know. I think that those are some emotional scenes. It's really interesting to, like, the concept of death in Doctor Who is interesting because for him, he sees a lot of people die that he has to be with, so he carries a lot of grief. But when he dies, someone steals his life, or her life now. So it's like, I guess I was thinking of specifically like Tenet, because he doesn't want to go, and that's like a really big moment. Like he's not ready for somebody else to be able to do the stuff. It's a really interesting. I don't know. It's a really interesting take on death in a show. Marie Copenhaver says, $5 dues. Watched the fart alien episode yesterday with friends. Oh, God. Was that the Slovene? Is that what they're called?
Slovene.
Slovene. But in case of the brain of Morbius was another Time Lord, so those were his forms.
Not that was the headcanon everyone had since then, because they were trying to justify away all those other forms. But then Chibnall made it canon that those are previous versions of the Doctor. So I would agree that that's what it should be, but now that's not canon. Now it's canon that those were previous Doctors.
I think it's only canon for now because I think you can. Russell T Davies. Yeah. This is what we're talking about now. This is the cool stuff. Russell T Davies, who is responsible for the first up until Matt Smith,
4 seasons.
First 4 seasons.
4 seasons and the David Tennant specials.
Ooh yeah. Is coming back, which is awesome because I think, as far as cohesive storytelling, I think those are probably the strongest 4 seasons, and I'll include Matt Smith as well. I think he did a really good job. Moffat did of sort of carrying the torch forward, and then he got a little too up his own ass with Capaldi, but specifically with Clara. But that's exciting. I'm very excited. What do you? Okay, so you scour the internet for this stuff. Do you know any information about new Doctor Who things?
There is no
Like
information
real
on.
information or just
there's
rumors?
there's not even rumors about.
Not
I
even
mean, I'm sure there are
rumors.
rumors. There's no substantiated rumors about casting news or anything. I think they're still filming the next season, the last season with Jodie Whittaker and Chibnall. So I imagine they're very early on in pre-production, just discussing with the BBC what Davies wants to do, what the BBC is looking for. Because I think what probably happened, because the ratings have been worse lately, and honestly, the quality of the show has been worse. It annoys me when I have to talk about this, because Doctor Who's my favorite show. So I love good faith analysis and criticism of Doctor Who is excellent. I like talking about it.
Oh, you
but
talking
the
about
online
Jodie Whittaker SJW thing.
the online discourse around Doctor Who reviews has been garbage in the last however many years, because so many chuds are still mad that Jodie Whittaker is the Doctor. So they've been spending all this time.
She's just such a good job. Jodie Whittaker is an incredibly talented actor. If you've never seen Jodie Whittaker outside of this, watch Broadchurch.
Yeah.
Because she's great in that. And that's a really cool show. And that also has Tenet. And she's been in tons of other stuff that I've seen. BBC, she's one of their 100 actors that always get work at all times with the BBC. But she's really good. She stands out.
Yeah. So I imagine BBC probably called probably called Davies.
Yeah.
And Davies had said he didn't really want to come back to Doctor Who ever. But he's a huge Doctor Who fan. So I think what probably happened is BBC called Davies and said, listen, Russell,
Save it.
either you come back or we're canceling the show again, because it's not doing well. The merchandise sales are terrible compared to when they used... Like, during the David Tennant and Matt Smith run... If you went into a Hot Topic or a Spencer's Gifts, there was always a big Doctor Who section of just Doctor Who merchandise.
Yep.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Nope.
And I've been to the mall recently. They just don't have it. It's not as popular.
Dude,
so,
I've been in the mall recently too, but it was for shoes, and it was the most depressing fucking place.
Yeah, that mall's basically a dead mall at this point.
Pretty exciting.
Did you see the pictures I took of the mall around here that has like a weeb store? I sent pictures in the group chat so Randy could see.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw those. The weeb store.
Anyway, so Davies basically has to make Doctor Who entertaining again and make it culturally relevant. Interestingly, earlier this year, this is before him taking back over was announced, Davies was quoted as saying, the thing about Doctor Who is it's failing right now because we're in a time of like the saturation of sci-fi, and the demand for sci-fi and adventure stories is higher than it's ever been. His example was, look at like Disney, what they're doing with Star Wars and The Mandalorian. Look at Star Trek over on Paramount with all, there's like 5 Star Trek shows going on right now. And he said we should be doing that with Doctor Who. He said we should have a main Doctor Who show.
Love it.
And then we should have a bunch of spin-offs that are available
to do that
for
before,
fans.
but Torchwood was ass. And the Sarah Jane Chronicles were ass.
I mean, that was for little kids.
Didn't they try to do a Clara thing too, or they were going to?
Not Clara, but there was a show called Class that was supposed to be like Doctor Who for young adults.
Class.
It was bad. I didn't like
ass.
it.
All of these were ass.
But can you imagine if they did like a main Doctor Who show, and they did like, we're gonna do a series of like 5-6 episodes of the 8th Doctor adventures. Paul McGann back as the Doctor in his own
That's what I was
thing.
actually gonna say. I was gonna say, what if they go and do like prequel things that they weren't able to do, or it's so timey-wimey, you could do like an old. I mean, okay, this is sort of a different topic, but it's a similar topic.
Okay.
Odds they get Eccleston for anything.
Higher.
Literally
Higher.
anything. I thought so too.
Higher than it used to be. Davies is doing the 60th anniversary, and they're doing a 60th anniversary, so I hope they bring back. Honestly, if they could do all the living Doctors, that'd be great. But even if it's
Matt
just
Smith
the new
wants
Who.
back too. Hell yeah. All the
Also,
living doctors would be great, including Paul McGann. Paul McGann is such an underrated doctor because that movie's ass.
I have been listening to the Big Finish audios, not as
We're
much
such
recently since the
nerds.
movie. But the Big Finish audios, which are audio adventures of Doctor Who that are licensed, are really good. And David Bradley, who plays the first Doctor in the Twice Upon a Time special, where he plays the first Doctor,
Yeah.
he does the audios, at least some of them, and he plays the first Doctor. And he's gotten so fucking good at playing the first Doctor. So if they wanted to do even just a one-off episode or like a season,
That guy's a
where
really
it's
good
like,
actor too, also in Broadchurch.
yeah, where they did like a new First Doctor stories, that'd be excellent. I would love to see that. They have the set all ready for it, for the TARDIS and everything. They could go a little lower budget and just like hand wave it like, well, it's the First Doctor, you know, the effects are bad. It's
I'm trying to think of what else you could do. I mean, there's some people you can't involve anymore. Like John Barrowman apparently has some sort of like indecent exposure things.
I heard about that,
I did too.
which sucks because I think a lot of people. There was a Jack Harkness Big Finish audio spin-off series that was quite popular. So
Yeah.
they could do a Missy spin-off where it's her doing.
I
Not-
would watch the fuck out of Missy Adventures, the Misadventures of Missy. I really think like an evil Doctor Who show where she's just a bad guy and does bad guy stuff, and you root for her. That'd be amazing. She would do such a good job.
See, I think you'd have to do a thing where every episode, like, she winds up in a situation, because I don't think the BBC wants to do a show where it just follows a bad guy. So they'd have to do it where every episode she winds up in a situation, and they did this a little bit in the audios, where she's in a situation.
She has to do a sort of a good thing.
Yes, it's always in her own self-interest.
Well,
But
like MODOK is like that. You could
Sure.
do it.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen MODOK on FX, it's actually pretty good. He's basically a supervillain going through family problems. So he's trying to like save his marriage during that. I think that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm trying to think of if there's any other. Do not do a Clara thing at all.
what, you don't want to see Clara and the
And
character from Me? Yes, you don't want to see them in their TARDIS diner doing adventures in the universe.
No,
They can bring back Moffat to write it. He wakes up and has to change his pants thinking about that opportunity. Moffat has a crush on Clara, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he does. I mean, hey, Jenna Coleman is a delightful.
I have
enjoyable
nothing.
person.
I need to clarify that because I make fun of Clara. I have nothing against her. She's a fine actress. She
Jenna
did good.
Coleman is fine. Clara can just fuck off and die.
Moffat had like 3 opportunities to drop Clara, and I don't.
The Danny Christmas special needed to be the end. That needed to
And
be
that would
it.
have been a beautiful ending. I don't even hate the character. I hate what Moffat did with the character.
Yeah, he didn't want to. He kept the marriage together for the kids, and then we shouldn't have done that.
It's like in every arc, Clara was like a completely different character. When she was the Impossible Girl, she acts entirely differently than she does during Capaldi's first season. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's not good.
And then her thing was like, oh, she's a control freak. And then in the next series, it was like, oh, she's trying to be the Doctor. And that was her downfall. And it's like, wait, what? Every season, they gave her a new arc, and none of them fit together. It was so weird.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I'm trying to think if there's any other like spin-off series you could do.
You could do Madame Vostra and the Paternoster Gang, the Victorian like lizard lady and Strax, and
That was just Moffat going like, "Look at the gay."
they could do.
But they're lesbians and they're good looking, so you know.
They could do. There's a River Song audio that's pretty good. They could turn that into a series.
River Song is done though.
Yeah.
I think the River Song stuff, that Torch Pass is like one of the best all-time showrunner story threads that ever worked out. Like nothing about that really sucks. That's impressive.
I like River Song. Baja hates River Song, and I find it a little funny.
Hates the character of River Song, or like, I mean, the idea of going back to front.
She hates the relationship between her and Matt Smith, and I think it's partially that she.
Why? I like the mommy shit. That's fun.
She hates Matt Smith's doctor.
Why?
She just thinks she just doesn't like him. She'd have to come up and explain to be more specific.
He's probably too quirky or something, but I think that's kind of the point, right? But no, I like the idea of him being, I don't know, just the running in reverse time is such an interesting sort of thing, and
I do like that the end of her story. Well, the
beginning
end
of her
their
story
stories,
is the end of her story.
I like that they converge sort of at the end, and
Yeah.
she ended up with Capaldi's doctor. I think their chemistry made a little more sense.
Well, yeah, and well, the wedding stuff was like, I think really the biggest payoff, and they got like some time, and I think that burned for 4 fucking years in reality, or 5 years. Like that's maybe even longer, honestly. Is she the longest running character season to season? She started with like Tenet in the library, and she ended with Capaldi.
I mean, if we're being that loose about it, then Sarah Jane existed, back in the 70s with the 3rd Doctor, the 4th Doctor, and then she showed up in a Tennant episode and some other
Sarah
finale
Jane's
stuff.
Probably.
Sarah Jane has probably
Sarah
lasted...
Jane's more of like a companion, though, than I guess River Song ever was. River Song was sort of like this other... I think Jack Harkness is one of them as well, that probably... I mean, technically, but...
He showed up in a recent season, so...
Oh, yeah, I remember. I didn't watch it, but I remember people talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I longest running companion is Jamie in terms of number of serials. Interesting.
I like Jamie. Him and he was the 2nd Doctor's companion, one of them, and they were just really good bro friends. It was great.
I could go for a bromance in Doctor Who. We haven't had one of those. It's always like this sort of like will they, won't they? It's a cute girl. Like,
I prefer when they're just friends. Like Donna Noble's a great companion, I think, because her and Tennant were just like really good friends who enjoyed going on adventures.
I didn't hate the Amy stuff. Like, but
I liked it better
for Rory the whole time.
I liked Amy and Rory after they got married and they stopped doing the love triangle thing with her and the Doctor and Rory. Because they're cute. I like the idea of having a married couple on the TARDIS. They have a cool relationship. But the her wanting to bang the Doctor thing was like weird. I didn't like that. Not even because there have been relationships with the Doctor that are fine. I'm not inherently against the idea of romantic attachments to the Doctor or sexual relationships with the Doctor. But like she was into him because like she knew him when she was like 9 and had like a fantastical experience, and it's just
that's how daddy issues work. Very similar. Very similar. Made sense. Lethbridge Stewart. Well, he's a Cyberman now.
No, he exploded. He was a Cyberman for 5 minutes, and then he exploded.
Yeah, heroic display. It was the dumbest. That was so stupid.
That's one of the more disrespectful things I think they've ever done to a character. That actor is really dead. We turned him into a Cyberman, and then we exploded him.
That was really fucking dumb. I don't like that at all. Well, anyway.
At least we got to meet his father, played by Mark Gatiss, in the Christmas special.
Okay, can we make sure that Mark Gatiss gets far away from anything Doctor Who? He's the worst. Mark Gatiss is a fucking creep show. I don't like that guy. Wait, who? Mark Gatiss. Look up is it the Lazarus Effect? Is that the name of the episode? Oh God. I mean, just watch anything Mark Gatiss has ever touched. The Dracula miniseries, awful.
Sherlock,
awful. Starts off fine. Mark Gatiss gets his mitts on it and then just starts to decay.
Ideal scenario.
Mark Gatiss gets shot, goes to Mars with Elon Musk, and then... Ideal scenario.
And then he becomes an indentured servant to Elon Musk, entertaining him endlessly on the Red Planet. But
You can't be entertained by Mark
no.
Gatiss.
That's the monkey's paw.
impossible.
Listen, that's the monkey's paw because Elon brought him as the only writer on the Mars trip.
Oh no!
And now Elon has to only watch Mark Gatiss programming
Look.
for the rest of his time on Mars.
Being beholden to Elon Musk upon the surface of Mars would make me crave the vacuum of the atmosphereless expanse of Mars itself.
Mars has an
Gatiss
atmosphere.
Well, it doesn't have enough atmosphere to hold in the juice, you know, that you need.
It has an atmosphere. It just has an atmosphere that's incompatible with like human breathing.
Well,
I think that's a thinner atmosphere too.
It's got a thin
Okay,
baby
relative to people, yes, it is a shitty atmosphere, but don't say it doesn't have an atmosphere.
It got
does.
destroyed in the Mars Wars. Everyone knows this. So, Mark Gatiss would make me crave just a deeper expanse of vacuum. I need to get further away. Like, I don't think Mars is far enough away. I hate Mark Gatiss. As a person, like, personally.
After the series finale of Sherlock, I feel that. I'm gonna be real with you. So anyway, what I was gonna say was ideal scenario.
Yeah.
Russell T Davies comes in
Yep.
and is like, Steven, do you want to write an episode as long as I get to heavily edit it? Because that was when your best material was. Like on
Stephen Moffat with a person telling him no is maybe one of the best ideas Doctor Who could go with. Yeah.
I wonder who they're gonna cast as the Doctor. I kind of hope, and I don't really care.
Are we gonna go with another lady? Because I don't think they're going to.
See,
I don't think they're gonna back to back because of all the we need our brand back sort of BBC bureaucratic stuff.
stepping back and just speaking like objectively as a fan of Doctor Who, I don't care. Hire a man, hire a woman. Hire a white person, hire a black person, hire her, anything. I don't care.
If they hire a black person, they're gonna fucking lose their minds.
Literally anything. It doesn't matter to me. The Doctor can be anyone. Anyone at all. That's
not
fine.
Idris Elba. He'd not be very good.
Stepping in subjectively, though, I gotta say, I want it to be a woman. I want it to be a woman so bad just because it'll physically hurt. It'll physically hurt chuds. And I want that. I want that in my life.
I mean, I don't really have a desire in any direction, really, except Idris Elba would not be a good Doctor. I don't think that's interesting at all.
Rose Matafio? Someone says, it's a rumor. Let me look. Oh, that would be... That'd be good, because it's another woman. I find it funny too.
Comedian, New Zealand. Oh,
that's a little weird.
I do know who this is. Yeah, she would do a good job, but I don't think you can do a New Zealander, unless that New Zealander was Taika Waititi. He would be an amazing Doctor. Yeah, I don't think that would happen.
Speaking of Taika Waititi, this is off. Did you see Jojo Rabbit?
Oh yeah, great movie.
That was really good.
Did you just see it?
No, I just don't think we talked about it. I didn't remember if you'd seen it.
No, it's a really, really good one.
Yeah.
Oh, do we want to switch to a serious topic? We absolutely can. You were asked a question in the thing. I mean, if we want to. Are we done talking about Doctor Who?
That's fine. I'm just excited. I hope Russell T Davies' stuff is good. He always he shined when he was writing character stuff, and that's to me that's the heart of Doctor Who. Don't get me wrong, I like the silly sci-fi stuff, but the universe of Doctor Who is way less interesting than the characters that occupy it. The Doctor and the Doctor's companions and their relationships are paramount to what makes the show work. And if he can nail that, all the ephemera outside of that, not as important.
The only thing you need in Doctor Who, the number one, you're totally correct. Obviously, strong characters. The number two thing you need is 2A and 2B, and they're interchangeable. You need an interesting location, and it doesn't even have to be that interesting of a location. It could be a pretty basic location. I mean, they've done a fucking mall before in London. That's fine. Although I didn't like that. I didn't like the first episode of Eccleston's. But number two is you got to have something interesting to go against, whether that's a monster or like an interesting problem, I guess. I actually think one of the more interesting ones was when the bad guy wasn't anything and it was just paranoia. I thought that was the most interesting episode that they've ever done.
Oh, listen, I love that episode.
Listen, yeah, and or obviously Blink, right? Yeah, is like, you know, it's not very a Doctor Who episode, but like it also is. That's a really good episode. Like give me some of these, like, I don't know, put time into it. I love the idea of Russell T Davies looking at something like The Mandalorian and going like, oh, we could do that. Yeah. Where
also bring back Jamie Matheson as a writer. Do you remember Jamie Matheson? We used to talk about him on Who Cares, because he was writing some of the best episodes of the season then. He wrote I forget the name of it, but when the TARDIS was shrinking in size and there were the 2D beings, that was great. Bring back Jamie Matheson. He also did Mummy on the Orient Express, and they were on the train in space. Both Jamie Matheson episodes. I know he wrote some other ones that were good too, but I think he was batting like 1,000. Not 1,000. He was no, that's right. That's baseball, right? Batting 1,000.
Well,
every episode he wrote was good on Doctor Who that I remember. So bring back Jamie Matheson. He clearly has an eye for like Doctor Companion stuff, because there's a lot of that in both the Flat People episode and the Mummy on the Orient Express, and also the enemies in those are interesting. A mummy that no one can see except the victim that kills them in X amount of time. I think it was like 60 seconds. And the other one was the creepy like 2D people that were breaking into the third dimension.
Yeah, that one was
great enemies.
What do you think about Doctor Who on Gallifrey for a season?
A whole season? No.
Or at least maybe a part of a season. You know what I kind of like?
If they want to do a two-parter on Gallifrey, yes, but that's my limit. Two-parter.
I think a really cool...
They can't do that anymore unless they retcon. They destroyed Gallifrey again at the end of the last season.
I think a really cool spin-off you could do is a pair of detectives on Gallifrey.
Maybe. Like, if they want to do a spin-off series that's Gallifrey based, that'd be fine.
I almost said In the City of Trinquis, by the way.
What are you talking about? Those have no relation. They're legally distinct. Talk to my lawyer.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the end of the Doctor Who stuff. We could talk about Doctor Who forever, though. I love Doctor Who. I miss it. I miss liking it.
Honestly, catch up on the show. There are a lot of bad ones, but when the good ones are good, they're still good. Like, there's still episodes that you go, oh yeah, this feels like Doctor Who. And that shit's great. If you need to, look up the IMDb scores. Actually, those have probably been brigaded by chuds. If you need to, ask me and I'll tell you which episodes are good.
Like, what are the hits I need to hit to understand the story? And then like if I could get like a 6-episode speed run in, I'd do that.
I could pick those episodes for you for sure.
Yeah. Maybe we could just do that. Maybe we'll just hang out and we'll do like a speed run, and you can talk to me about the in between stuff. Yeah. As we do that, that'd be fun.
Ian McKellen
for Doctor 14.
Do you want
the voting for Joe Biden? It's like, are we getting 2 terms out of this? Like, I don't know.
The Doctor
I want Ian McKellen to do one thing and one thing only. I want him to show up for the new Lord of the Rings thing, just briefly, because he probably would be alive because he's basically an angel person. Just show up for the new Lord of the Rings thing one time and then retire and enjoy your life.
The Amazon show?
Mm-hmm.
Does that take place after? Does that take place after Lord?
Before.
So he's gonna play older Gandalf before the original movies.
Doesn't matter. Gandalf doesn't really age like that. It's not. Okay. He's not a human.
Yeah, he's like a celestial being or some shit, right? Wizards are like not human. They're like something else.
Are specifically one of. Well, there's like 4 of them, and then Galadriel, right? Anyway, they're basically like demigods in a way.
See, why does Gandalf hang out with hobbits then?
I mean, they're angels. They're angels, but they're there and they infect things.
Why?
Well, there's the 4 wizards, and then Galadriel is set apart from them, I believe.
Why does Gandalf hang out with hobbits? Why does he go to hang out with hobbits?
Well, because he likes. Oh man, there's so much.
I know he's
The Lord
He's
of the Rings
friends
books
with
are actually
Bilbo,
really
but
fucking
like,
good.
why is he friends with Bilbo? That's the events of the Hobbit. But why did he
So-
meet Bilbo in the first place?
So he's oh man. I actually really think now you would enjoy Lord of the Rings in a way that you would
I'd
not
enjoy it
start.
more, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. So hobbits are like a really pure group of people. Like men search for power, and the human people search for power. Elves are sort of this like they're elves. They're fucking highfalutin
They're
and they live
aloof.
forever, and and they have such long lifespans. They don't really concern themselves with this. And obviously there's Mordor and all that, and then hobbits are just like they're always like sort of this bastion of relief. And I think just Gandalf's personality, and I'm sure someone that knows the lore even deeper would know like a very concrete answer to this. But as a person who's read the Lord of the Rings books and the Hobbit, not really the Silmarillion as much, although I do some Wikipedia stuff, or not, I guess wiki stuff. It seems to me that he goes there for to enjoy himself. Like he enjoys.
It's a respite. It's they're just jolly. They're cheerful.
And they
they
like
just
him
enjoy.
back.
Okay.
And he likes to sort of take stuff there, and then he likes the spirit of a hobbit, and there's sort of like, they sort of just live for, they live for, not necessarily hedonism, but like that sort of like agrarian hedonism where you're like you have everything you need and you got your family, and that's kind of like all I ever want. That's why it's a really big deal when Sam and Frodo step out of the Shire for the first time.
I remember that
because they don't need to go anywhere, so it's like go ahead.
Does Frodo turn invisible because hobbits are? It's like it
No.
does. Why
The
does he
ring
turn
is-
invisible when he
ring.
puts on the ring?
The ring makes you invisible.
To everyone?
Yeah, that's the power it has. It's a ring of power, and well, I mean, it is if you don't know how to control it. Sauron can control it, but it makes you invisible, and it sends you basically. It's not really invisible. It's more like etherealness.
Oh, it sends you to like a adjacent plane that you can still see the
It's
world.
kind of
but
like
you're
an
in a
adjacent
different
plane rather than
Okay.
just invisibility.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
So are you
everyone-
corporeally in that plane? Like you're like if someone walked through your space?
Yeah, in fact,
material?
the Lich Kings there's like some dead kings that were the kings that had the ring. Anyway, they basically are undead kings. They can see into that plane, and they stab Frodo while he's in the shadow sort of plane there. I don't know what it's actually called. Negative plane thing. I don't know. But yeah, the ring puts you into the unseen world. It's basically etherealness.
I guess I don't. Part of the reason I don't get Lord of the Rings is I don't understand the MacGuffin fundamentally. I don't understand why Sauron wants the ring. Why is this ring the ring of power?
Yeah,
I know
so-
he forged rings for all the kingdoms, for the men, for the elves,
All
and
of
they were
them forged
they were
rings.
deceived because he had one ring to rule them all. But what does it mean he can rule them all with the ring? I don't understand what that means.
Okay. Yeah. He could press his will into those that had the ring, and their search for power led them to be vulnerable. It's sort of this.
Did those
World
ring
War I
bearers
metaphor.
turn into his ring wraiths?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but not all of them, because the elves take them off, and then some of the.
But he can control the ring wraiths even when he doesn't have the ring.
because
They're looking.
He doesn't
Okay.
have the ring, but they're bound to him because he's sort of like Sauron is a similar being to Gandalf, but he is and so Gandalf the White is important because he dies and sort of like comes up. Sauron.
I thought
his
Grey
whole
died and
body
he came
died.
back as the White.
What? Yeah,
I
that's
thought
what I'm saying.
Gandalf-
He dies and comes
okay.
back as the White. That's what I mean. Sauron has sort of this like. Sort of like an unending well of power. It's hard to maintain him without having this like deep black power, and so he's sort of housed in the part. It's basically the ring is like basically his phylactery, and it sort of keeps him powerful and keeps him alive.
Oh, so if they destroy
although
the ring, they destroy
non-corporeal.
his life force.
They destroy him
it's a-
and his influence that he's gathered since he made the ring, so including the ring race and all that. So
all you had to say was phylactery. I get it. That makes sense.
Well, I guess I hadn't really conceptualized it as a phylactery until right this second. So
okay, or like a
and
Horcrux.
it can only be destroyed in the fires that it was forged in, which is the fires of Mount Doom.
Mount Doom, yeah,
and that's where his fortress is. So it's like you have to like go into. It's like very super classic.
Sure.
I mean, it's Lord of the Rings. You got to go into the belly of the beast to destroy it. And so initially, though, the reason he goes to Frodo is because Bilbo has it from a prior adventure, and it's just happenstance. Actually, in The Hobbit, it is a prequel, but they don't even make like a really big deal about it. He just finds it in the treasure hoard of Smaug. Well, I mean, kind of. There's Gollum exists, but anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But it's just kind of one of the pieces of loot that he comes back with. And Bilbo has a bunch of riches from that adventure, and that's kind of why
It's basically a cursed ring he got on the last session, and now it's the hook for the next
last campaign.
The last campaign, and now it's a hook for his new character, Bilbo, or Frodo,
yeah.
to go and do his thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and so if you look at it from a D&D perspective as well, they gather the party and they sort of have all their roles to fill. Like, it's really fun. I love that fucking movie, and I'm really excited for the series. I hope they do well. Actually, well, you didn't watch Game of Thrones, did you?
I watched like the first 4 seasons, and then when the finale came out and I heard about it, I just quit.
I still think the first seasons outside of the finale like hold up. I would even say if you go into it understanding that like maybe there's more headcanon you could fill in, I think if, you can give a little bit of you can get through it. It's kind of like bad seasons of Doctor Who, where like I'll get through it, but I mean they really fucked the ending. Like
that's the difference though. Doctor Who I can always be like, well, there's no ending. Yeah. It could always just go on, and I'm sure someone will write books and fanfic.
If he ever finishes the books, we'll see if
he won't. He won't.
He probably won't. Maybe Brandon Sanderson will finish that as well, like he did with the Wheel of Time. But this is the guy that played young Ned is one of the main characters in the new one. So if you hadn't seen that, but yes, and Gollum found it in the river where Isildur, the former king who fought Sauron, lost it and died. Yep. Although long from that, like, and I don't think people realize the time spans because the movies don't make it clear. They make it feel like weeks. It's actually years that Frodo has that ring before it comes up in the books. Like he just has it just in his house, and it's not a thing. It just lays dormant. It's not like this like chosen one thing, and then some like it just like starts.
Is that between when Gandalf sees it for the first time and then when he comes back? That's supposed to be years in the book.
Yeah, it is years in the book. In fact, Frodo's like 70.
Ow.
But he's not like an old man.
No, I assume Hobbit live like maybe not as old as elves, but
he's probably in his late 20s, early 30s. Frodo's 111. No. That's Bilbo. It's my 111th birthday. Yeah, he's like or 50 years, whatever it is. But yeah. These movies are good. The extended cuts are really good. The books are really fucking good. Tom Bombadil. Am I right? Highly recommend great Game of Thrones books. A Story of Ice and Fire. Or is it
Song of Ice and Fire.
Song? Oh, yeah. Frodo's 50 in the books is about 30. Yeah, okay, there it is. Frodo came of age at 33. Dude knows how to party. Hell yeah. Well, what's next on the docket? What do we got?
They voted to extend the deadline for the debt ceiling thing until December, so the government's not going to shut down, at least until December.
They're always using this fucking they're never going to just go fully bankrupt.
Just stop this shit. Just stop it. Just pass a thing so it's like we don't have to do this. It's such a waste of everyone's fucking time.
Yeah, and then the economy dips because of imaginary things for no reason. And then everybody else, working class people, have to deal with their fucking toying with the system. Because capitalism doesn't make any fucking sense. They're dumb. They're all snakes. Kristen Cinema sucks. She seriously sucks. You know anyone that sucks more than Kirsten Sinema? Nobody. At least Mitch McConnell knows he's a fucking... I don't even know, like, slug? Mitch McConnell's like, yeah, I'm a fucking slime ball. What of it? Kirsten Sinema's like, I'm unbothered.
Did
She
you
listens
follow...
to, like, what was that song? I'm a bitch. I'm a... It's repeat on her internal monologue at all times. She's like, this is how I'm gonna live my life. Like, fuck off. Hate you. Worst. Joe Manchin is just a bitch, but anyway.
Did you? I don't know if you followed any of the like the QAnon Arizona audit thing. Did you?
So they found out that Donald Trump actually lost votes?
Yes. You know that Peter guy I cover all the fucking time?
I do.
He is my pet Q person, and I need to save him. I can fix him, Jake. Jake, I can fix him.
I can't save Dave any more than you can save him, but we're gonna try nonetheless, aren't we?
No, but seriously. So I'm really getting fed up with this dude. So that came out, and I emailed him because we have email correspondence. Me and that
it's
dude.
like fake, of course. He's like, no, that's not real.
So the night before that leaked that you know, Biden gained votes and Trump lost them. Biden gained 99 votes. Trump lost 200 something because of duplicate ballots that got scanned multiple times or something. Which is funny. But I sent that to him, and he's like, that's deep state fake news. They're trying to trick whatever, blah, 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 blah. The next day, the report comes out. It says exactly that. It says on page 2 of the 90-something page report, which I have downloaded, and I read parts... Did I read parts of it on stream, or was that off stream? I don't remember. But either way, I looked it up, read through it, and yeah, Biden won, and then the rest of it was them just trying to throw anything against the wall. Like, we don't these signatures are illegible. Like, yeah, a lot of people are bad at signing their names or whatever. But the machine counts and the hand counts all matched up, more or less. So Biden won. Surprise. Anyway, yeah. I jump over to Peter's stream because Peter is streaming on Twitch now and doxing me. So that's great.
Doxing you? What the
Oh, yeah. He showed the emails we were having on stream. And I'm fine if he wants to share, you know, what was said. If he wants to read it, like, I don't care.
Email address
but he was showing my email on the screen, and, like, that's not cool. So I reported him for that, but he hasn't been removed to my knowledge. It's whatever. So Peter's gloating, and I'm so confused why Peter is gloating on this stream, and then I realize he is reading a fake version of the report that got put out on a QAnon forum. Someone faked one. And me and the rest of chat, because most of his chat are people who watch him because they watch me, and they also enjoy that brand of crazy. So we're all yelling at him in chat, Peter, here is a link to the real report. Read it. And he's like, ha ha ha, you're all so salty and mad. And it's like, Peter, you're reading a fake thing that isn't. It was like a single page that some troll or someone made up. I have no idea. Where it said, like, we cyber ninjas, because the company that did the audit's name is Cyber Ninjas. The head of Cyber Ninjas was in a documentary about how aliens did 9/11. Fun fact. Anyway. It said, like, we recommend decertifying the election, blah, 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 blah. None of that's in the actual report, as you would imagine. It's just not. So we're like, Peter, here is the actual report. We finally got him to open the report, the real one. And he's scrolling through it, looking clearly for that page. Because the page he had, it was fake, but it had a page number. That page number is not in the thing. At least that page isn't the page number. So he's scrolling through, and we're all in the chat like, page 2, page 2, page 2. Because that's the page that shows the vote totals. And he just won't. He won't read it. He refuses. It was one of the most maddening things I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, I mean, what'd you expect?
Because you could tell he was panicking. You could tell in his head he's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, I'm wrong, or something. But he won't admit it. It was so frustrating. So, yeah, that was a pain in the ass.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah. Oh, Cyber Ninjas had to release a statement denouncing that fake report too. They're like, "This is not us. We did not release that," because it was getting spread on like QAnon.
It'd be
forums.
probably a legal issue.
Yeah, Dominion's not fucking around. They're suing everybody.
Good.
I hope they win. They're gonna take
Peterson's
all of Rudy
lying.
Giuliani's Cameo money. Have you seen his Cameo?
No,
It's
but
pretty funny.
How much is it?
It fluctuates. Let me look. Rudy Giuliani. Right now, his cameos are going for personal use, $325. For business use, $2,275.
So, is it business use if I show it on stream?
I don't know. It says book for a marketing campaign or big event, so I'm guessing no.
No. Wait, he only for a big event, Rudy Giuliani only charges $2,000.
Yeah, and then you play your video at your event.
Fuck?
Yeah.
$2,000 for a public speaking thing for Rudy Giuliani.
It's just for a
That's
video though.
really,
He just
really
films it in his
cheap.
house and he gives you the video.
Oh, okay.
It's still just a video. There's only 24 reviews. So I don't know how many people he's actually done these for. They all gave him 5 stars. Legal Eagle got him to do a congratulation message because Legal Eagle got some subscriber milestone, so he hired Rudy Giuliani to do the thing, and he was making fun of it because Rudy Giuliani clearly didn't look up his channel at all, and he was dunking on Giuliani. It was pretty funny. Legal Eagle's great.
I feel like I could get cameos of interesting people to do things. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like
Noetic Fox says, by the way, Call has gone as insane as Peter. Call's having a hissy fit. It's okay, though. His channel got another strike today, so he can't post on there for 14 days, and he's over to one of his kittens' channels.
What?
Call for an Uprising does a thing when he ban evades, where in order to get monetization, because he, of course, does ridiculous conspiracy content that won't get monetized, he always creates a secondary channel that he calls, like, a call for kittens, or a call for rainbows, or a call for glitter kittens. I think right now it's a call for fudge kittens. He's done this many times. And he will do fake videos where he'll do a offensive gay lisp and be like, "Hi guys, how are you?" You know, and he makes fun of me, and he often shows pictures of me pre-transition and makes fun of me. And then he gets it monetized, and then he changes it all over to a call for an uprising, and you get it. Yeah, he's an asshole.
That's some sort of brain.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. I just had Destiny mad at me the other day for nothing. I said I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I was listening during that stream, but I don't. What was the?
So there was a video from Libs of TikTok of.
Oh, it was about the theft. It was about the theft thing, right?
Some people were stealing from an Ulta in broad daylight, which is actually kind of a thing. They steal fragrances from Ulta and they resell them. At least one of the people was black, so the caption was another day in Chicago. And then so I tweeted, "Just say what you mean with your whole chest." To which Destiny replied, "White people that defend theft are the most racist losers on the planet." I don't know how you get to that point. I don't know how you get to the point that, like, you can be racist to criminals. Like, those people were doing a theft. I don't think that's a good thing. How did he think that that's what I was saying? What a dumb fucking loser.
It's like when you
That
go to
shit's
like.
so weird.
It's like when you go to there's a right-leaning news Twitter that I follow just to see what sort of the right-wing narrative is. And individual posts you can point to and be like, "That's racist," and be like, "What do you mean it's racist?" But when you look at like all of their
I mean,
posts,
literally the next tweet.
all of their posts reporting crime are
yeah.
of minorities or immigrants. It's clear they're crafting a narrative over the kind of things they post.
Chicago is like
Yeah.
the most like if I don't know, fucking Ethan Ralph from the Kill Stream had tweeted that same exact thing, do you think Destiny would be confused about who I'm talking about? Like, Libs of TikTok is a well-known, like, right-wing racist account. Like, right under that was like, was just, seems about right. And it was just pictures of Ulta talking about their support for BLM. What do you think that means? What?
Yeah.
It's just the dumbest shit. I don't know, dude. Destiny sounds smart when he's talking to John Tron, and that's about the best thing I can say about him at this point. Fucking weird shit. Weird shit. So I'll probably have to deal with his ridiculousness too soon, as always. That guy fucking has a big heart-on for me, and I don't know why. Not in a fun way, just in like a every time I tweet something, and he has me blocked, so he searches me. So weird.
This is I stay out of this stuff. I stay out of this. This is I don't engage. I don't touch the
Call
poop.
for an Uprising said that you have, quote, Jew gold? What?
I pointed out to
What
him
does
a
that
while.
mean?
He's really anti-Semitic, and I pointed out to him a while
Yeah,
ago
but what?
that Baha is Ashkenazi Jewish because I knew that would make him mad.
Oh,
So he's
no.
being anti-Semitic, probably.
JonTron isn't even a piece of shit? I disagree. JonTron's
Might want to go listen to that debate, air quotes, he did back in the day.
Hey, yeah, and then you could be like, hey, Destiny did a thing that I don't hate.
Yeah.
What else was going on? I feel like there was... I bought a KitchenAid. Finally.
Nice.
I have a KitchenAid stand mixer, and I'm gonna make baguettes.
Okay. Do that.
That's it. I'm excited.
You make bread. I've been thinking about learning how to make cheese, because I love cheese.
Yeah, just get some rennet, some salt, and put some milk in a thing and make mozzarella. Done.
I don't want to just make mozzarella, though. I want to make other, like, the cheeses that you actually have to, like, do
Well,
stuff
yeah, but you
to.
gotta start with mozzarella,
Sure.
I think. It's not an aged cheese. It's something that you can make in your kitchen in 30 minutes.
Okay,
And
I'll
it'll
figure
be
out...
delicious.
I'll figure out cheese, and you figure out bread and pizza dough. You already had some delicious pizza dough, and I will make us fresh cheese, and we can do pizza. Or something.
I have actually thought about, this is interesting. I've actually thought about making cheese and sausages because I have that entire room downstairs that we don't use that I could climate control.
Yeah.
And we could make like a little curing area in there. That'd be probably fucking dope. You can actually make cheese in a KitchenAid. Well, sure, but I'm just saying, like, get the meat grinder attachment. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about making my own, like, pepperoni. Think about that. What if I made my own fucking pepperones for my own fucking pizza? And we made our own mozz for it.
That'd probably be a good pizza.
Yeah, I don't need a lot of sausages, but I was thinking about doing some fermenting and things like that with some wine or with some beers or something. I don't know. We'll see where life goes. This story, the Jake story, might end up at a farm to table restaurant at some point in my life. There's something about it, man.
How's Vegan Teacher? Not good.
I haven't paid attention to Vegan Teacher.
Oh, guess what Vegan Teacher did?
She's just so fucking loony. What?
Guess what she did for the anniversary of 9/11?
Did she go there and was like, "This is good"?
She doesn't.
Good. I'm glad they died.
Jake, why should she feel bad for the victims of 9/11? They were mostly meat eaters, and they deserved
That's
it.
what I figured, yeah. But counterpoint, has she ever gone to New York and gone to Katz's Deli for a delicious pastrami sandwich? Because
I'm guessing
I'm
no.
just saying. I'm just saying. If y'all are gonna be a pizza channel, team up with ordinary sausage. I don't need
love
to team up with ordinary sausage. I could literally just do that. I don't need to
I'd team up with
him.
ordinary sausage because he's a charming gentleman and a
I mean,
scholar.
I would, sure. I'm just saying, like, yeah. I'm actually gonna do some cooking stuff soon on the channel. Gonna have
Cool.
gonna teach people how to cook stuff. It's gonna be fun. I get so many cooking questions on stream all the time because we watch a lot of well, not I guess not a ton of it, but regularly for cleanse at the end of streams we do a little aftercare on my channel. We have to.
It just implies that your stream, the body of your stream, is like BDSM.
It's not BDSM. We also talk about that. KJ, thanks for the $2. What's your thoughts on Fallout Boy? I'm glad they don't make music anymore. I think they're not very good. They had a good first album, then they sold out, and then it just became pop music, which is not good. I will say that initial like what's that song? The one with the deer boy? That's a banger still. The music video. It's their first sugar, we're going down swinging. I think that's the song, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Number one with a bullet, got a loaded gun,
Sugar,
got
we're
a
going
gun,
down.
bullet.
That's actually a fucking good song, honestly. Like, especially for the era, that's a good song. Yeah, I'm going to listen to that later. You made Jaeger Schnitzel and Spätzle? Wow. The safe word is bechamel. Oh, boy. What was I going to say? What was I talking about? Oh, well, Dave, Lord of Patriarchy, he does a cooking show. Have you seen you've seen this, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we call him Lord of Gloop because he puts cream of chicken soup and fucking everything and just cheese. He made a chicken cordon bleu bake or something, and it was just cream of chicken soup, shredded Swiss cheese. He put in raw chicken in the pot, cold, and then heated it up and it got gray. And then he did a cubed ham, and I think there was like some sort of cheese on the top, and yeah, no, this guy can't cook, and I think it's really funny because he does videos where he'll react to like a professional chef, specifically the chef Steve Reichlin that he just fucking hates, and this chef will do chef things and make food, and it will be like, oh, that's pretty good, that looks like pretty good food, and he'll just be mad the whole time. I fucking love it. And so I think what I'm going to do is maybe a small series of cooking stuff where I specifically go out and look at one of his videos and just make it good.
That would be hilarious.
And I think
I'll
he'd
watch if you
fucking
do
hate
that,
it.
I'll watch that shit on stream. That's funny. You know that Gordon Ramsay grilled cheese video?
Oh, God. Oh, you should see the rebuttal that one of my favorite chefs did to it.
Okay.
Okay, so talk to me about this thing. I'm going to
I was
look up
going to
this
say,
video right now.
are you aware of Kay's Cooking?
That sounds super familiar.
Kay's Cooking. She's English.
Yeah, the one that she doesn't know what she's doing.
Someone
But
literally
that's kind of
sent
the
me
joke.
in like the last stream or the stream before that. They sent me her grilled cheese video, and I am telling you, I am not doing a bit right now. This is not a fucking bit, and you know
She
I
did
like
better?
bits. If you put in front of me Gordon Ramsay's grilled cheese and her grilled cheese and said you have to eat one, I'd eat her grilled cheese. The only thing she did wrong, and in fairness, it's a pretty big wrong, but it's better than his. She put the butter on the inside of the bread, not the outside. I don't know how you fucked that up, but it was edible. Like the cheese she chose, it was like a soft shredded cheese that's, gonna melt. It melted. It was a grilled cheese.
So, grab this YouTube video real quick
Okay.
for me. So,
We watched this. No, we watched this in person.
J. Kenji Lopez. Oh, we watched this in my living room.
Yeah, we watched this.
I forgot you were there. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's only 3 minutes if you want to watch it for that. Because we watched the Gordon Ramsay thing on here, right?
Yes,
I feel like so Gordon Ramsay made a grilled cheese sandwich and it was the worst thing ever. He was coked out of his mind, it looked like, and he made like just a hunk of Parmesan. It didn't melt. It wasn't good.
was
If you bit into that,
Asiago,
you would
think.
hate it. Asiago, and then there was like a peppercorn parm with it, or like a cranberry parm. I don't know.
It was something
But,
with fruit.
Yeah, it was two different cheeses, but they were both hard cheeses. And then he burnt it. It was awful. And J. Kenji Lopez Alt, my favorite chef on the internet, like he does food science. It's great, and he's a leftist and he's super great. He made one. He does these late night videos where he doesn't talk and it's just silent and he just makes some food. He did the exact same sandwich and made it and then took a bite and fucking laughed. And it was actually good. Like he made it correctly. Oh man, so good. He's so petty. I fucking love him.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy.
Hi, kitty.
Well, do we have to kill 10 more minutes? We have to kill it?
We don't have to. We can.
We don't have to, but it feels like we maybe we should.
Okay.
What should I get for food? McDonald's. Ugh, bleh. Sarah's like, I'm hungry. She texted me and she's like, I want junk. I'm like, okay, what kind of junk? McDonald's. I don't want McDonald's. What about like
Arby's?
Arby's is pretty junky.
Rallies.
Ooh. I could actually go for the rally.
Their box of like chicken. I don't know what they are. They're not nuggets.
Oh yeah, the chicken boxes. Yeah, the
Those are
bites.
really
They're
good.
really good. Jay Kenji is a leftist, yes. Yeah, he signs off with guy gals and non-binary pals, but he can never like dismount correctly. He always has a stutter when he closes out. But yeah, Jay Kenji Lopez is a leftist. He's dope as fuck. He's not a vegan though, which is interesting. He doesn't seem to give a fuck. He's like me, but talented. In a gorgeous house, and he feeds the dogs every episode almost. The dogs always get like a little piece of something, which is cute. Arby's is good junk. Cookout. What's cookout? What was that? I'm confused. What are they saying cookout for? Zaxby's. I don't have these kinds of things. What's cookout? Is that a place? Never heard of it. Del Taco? I didn't like Del Taco. Is cookout? Wait, is cookout a fast food joint? I don't even know. A fast food place for potheads? Well, that sounds like me. What's there? What's on the menu at Cookout? Did you see that DoorDash is offering national shipping?
Wait, what?
You can get stuff from like all over the country now. Like I said, Katz's Deli. You can get. It's expensive, but you can get like a big pastrami box from Katz's Deli in Brooklyn. You can get stuff from I don't know. What am I looking at? Hancock Gourmet Lobster Company. I don't know, just other stuff. Like there's a cake place. Like I said, you have big old cakes. I'm sure they're way more expensive than they would be in person, but like if you want something from one of these famous places around the country,
It's a good idea.
Oh, it's Super Christian puts Bible versus. Okay, I have to look up Cookout fast food. Cookout fast food. What is this? Cookout fast food is North Carolina-based fast food chain serving up burgers, barbecue, and milkshakes. It's got low prices and high quality, but it's only in 10 states. Wow. Even the menu looks fucking awful. Look here. I just got to show you. Just you can bring it up if you want. It's just so colorful and poorly designed. You should check that out.
Okay.
I'd eat the fuck out of this though. They have a 2 corn dog tray.
See, I almost trust this more because
You know
if your website, I said this to Baja too. We were at the store the other day, and there seems to be this local place or something that makes pasties or whatever they're called.
Pasties.
Pasties.
Pasties in Michigan.
And the label looks like the absolute worst label ever. But they were at multiple stores, so I was like, those must be fucking delicious. If they don't have to put any money into their marketing, their food must be so good it spreads by word of mouth or something,
Right.
you know? Not always the case, but I don't think it's a bad thing to, guess.
I want a chili dog.
Bacon cheddar dog.
Bacon cheddar.
White cheddar cheese bites.
What's their sides here? What we got? Fries, cheese fries, onion rings. Okay. I guess I see it. Is this open Are they open like all the time, or Try Shakes Burgers locations? Like, are they just perpetually open?
Wow, look at all the different kinds of shakes they have. Cool.
Never seen it. What states are they in? All over the South? States. What states are you in? North Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, and Mississippi. I have barely been in any of those states. That's why I've never seen it. I've been in Georgia the most of all of those. And Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia driving through. We just look at fast food menus when I walked into here. Someone mentioned a fast food place, and we had never seen it. Some place that some people tend to like is Jack in the Box. Have you ever been to a Jack in the Box?
No.
They are fucking awful, and I don't know why any of you people like this shit. They're so bad. When I lived in Boise, I was right down the road from one, and like even just like, I don't know, drunk or high late at night, it's not even good. Not a good thing. I'm gonna cream your corn. Thanks for the $2. Jack in the Box is barely above McDonald's. No, McDonald's and Burger King are way better than Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is like much lower quality than both of those and less consistent. Awful.
What do you think is the best fast food burger? Not fast casual, fast food.
So I'm not waiting for it. I'm getting it out. Burger King's pretty fucking high up there.
Okay.
Burger King fast food? I mean, the flame broil. I mean, that sounds good too. I don't want
Is Wendy's fast casual?
No, I'd say Wendy's is pretty close to fast food. They're
okay, then I'm going Wendy's then.
They're a little fatty. They're like juicy.
See, I'd consider Five Guys fast casual because that's
Five Guys. You can't just like smash through. I mean, if Five Guys is up there, then Culver's is up there, and then that's. Yeah. But if you sit down or you have to have your food brought to you and you can't just get it in like 3 seconds, it's not fast food. It's fast cash. So, like McDonald's, BK, Wendy's, definitely. Wendy's is even a little bit slower, but you get it at the window. Five Guys is dope. I'm just like. In-N-Out? I've never had In-N-Out, so. Steak and Shake is fast casual. It's a diner. You gotta chill there. Jack in the Box tacos are made with Alpo. Dog food. Dude, they're so bad. Carl's Jr. and In-N-Out, I thought weren't like that fast, though. Rallies is actually pretty good.
No.
In Checkers. Well, apparently we're hungry. I haven't eaten today, so I am hungry. But
yeah,
what's on the dinner menu? What's the craving? What's the best thing you've eaten recently? And we'll finish on that since we're hungry. I'm hungry at least. Best thing you've eaten recently.
There's a restaurant, I talked about this on a previous stream. There's a restaurant nearby that I got a while back. I think it was like the day I got my name changed or something as like a treat. I got from that Melt restaurant, that like patty melt. It was like a double patty melt with like grilled cheeses.
You like a patty melt.
Patty
melt enjoyer.
100 times out of 100, if someone says, "Do you want a burger or a patty melt?" Patty melt. Yeah.
Is it because the toasties?
Yes.
Toasty bread.
Yeah.
JXE with 5 English pounds. Anyway, Hannah, you're the reason I realized I was trans, so thanks. I guess it's been a wild ride. Hell yeah.
I'm contagious.
Patty melts are really good. Who was the cooking channel Jake was talking about? Anyone? Wait, J. Kenji Lopez Alt is the good one. If you want the bad one, it's Dave's cooking show. It's just really awful. J. Kenji Lopez Alt. You'll learn a ton of stuff from J. Kenji. He's amazing. He's a chef. He does Serious Eats. If you've ever looked up a recipe, you've probably run into a Serious Eats recipe. He also wrote the book called The Food Lab. I mean, this guy double blind tests food myths. This guy found out the best way to boil eggs, dude. I mean, he's legit like a nerd about stuff. You will learn so much about cooking and just like how to do it. If you care to learn how to do a thing correctly and not be intimidated by like this techniques and stuff, he'll sit there and be like, yeah, you can do this, and he'll do it from his POV, so you see his hand movements, you see what you got to do. As someone who I have been cooking for years, probably 15 years. Really, I've been genuinely cooking for myself to varying degrees of success, but I'm definitely a very good cook now. I mean, even I like just enjoy every single like bit of, I don't know, new information. I learn so much all the time, and I think that's a cool thing I like about cooking. I'm a kind of a person where I need to like, if I'm not absorbing information, if it just seems like useless, I'm not usually into it very much unless I can share that with somebody else. But cooking is one of those things where you just kind of always get to build on stuff, and everything you learn is going to help you with something else. And I really like feeding my friends and family. So, like every time they come over, it's like, oh, I might cook. So, yeah, it's good stuff. I'm really excited. By the way, someone mentioned that maybe I should. They came up with a really interesting and kind of cute name for the cooking show, and I think I might actually go with it. It's called Cornmeal. I think that's.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's not
actually
bad.
kind of just like cute. Yeah. It's like more wholesome than I thought it'd be. I might get like a little corn apron or something. I don't know. Just like not a corn apron, but like an apron with like a little cobby on the lapel or something. That'd be cute. Or maybe I just get a pin. I don't know. I actually think. Clanderson Cooper. Jesus fucking Christ, that was funny last night. Yeah. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the cooking stuff. The best thing I've eaten recently. I gotta be honest. It's the thing I cooked. Although it wasn't really because I cooked it. It's just because it's awesome. I made homemade carnitas. Nice. You like pork?
Yeah.
You'd like carnitas. They're just slow cooked pork with salt, and that's pretty much the whole thing. But what happens is it cooks down in the water, and so it at first you're like boiling it, which seems off, but the water cooks down and evaporates, and the fat renders out, and then it cooks in its fat and it gets crispy. It's like, I don't know. I'm not a super huge pork fan, but it's like if pulled pork and crispy bacon made a food baby.
Now you're just making me want tamales because I'm thinking about when you've made.
I
those
literally was
before.
thinking about making tamales soon.
If you do, let me know.
Soon.
I can come help if you want. Spread the stuff over the corn husks.
That once when I first moved in here, right?
We've done that twice.
Have we done that twice?
We did that at your mom's house, and I think we've done that once at your house.
We did that at my mom's house. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah.
That was the first time you made them.
The first time I made them was at my mom's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot that was so long ago. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we've known each other for over a decade.
Well, I just forgot that I envisioned them at the apartment together, but no.
We never made those there.
Yeah, damn. That was so long ago. Well, cornmeal wouldn't be about corn stuff all the time, but it would just be a cute thing. Like I don't really eat that much corn in real life. Although I did make some really slappy street corn not too long ago. Really fucking good. But yeah. Anyway, and we'll have Hannah on to make. I mean, this is not a joke. If I'm gonna have someone make my grilled cheese, it might be Hannah. I mean, you're a fucking grilled cheese maker.
What?
You have a plancha, by the way? Do you have a flat top?
No.
For Christmas, I am going to get you a flat top skillet.
Okay.
That is what I'm going to get you.
Go for it.
You guys, from forever, I'm the easiest to shop for Christmas now. Just get a KitchenAid attachment I don't have, and we're good.
The other day I made a grilled cheese that was the bomb. There's this place around. I'm not gonna name it because I don't want to say where I am online. Sure. I have enough crazies coming after me. But there's this farm market, and they have this their cheese section is just fucking bananas. So I got some cheese there, and I made this grilled cheese, and I used just for binding like some American cheese. But then the main cheese in it was
binding for American cheese.
this
That's
cheddar
see?
bacon cheese, and it was like the cheese was like aged with like bacon in it. And I know the bacon meme thing. I'm not doing it for a
Usually it's
meme
too smoky
food.
and weird, but
I'm
this
doing-
is probably...
This was delicious. It was amazing. I'd highly recommend it.
Did I ever make you the morel and leek cheese grilled cheese?
Oh, that was awesome. That was
That's
delicious.
they still make that. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah,
grilled
and you
cheeses
made
of all
like
time.
tomato bisque with it. It was bomb.
I did make tomato bisque. Oh, I should make tomato bisque again.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right, well, we talked about food and Doctor Who the whole time. That was
And then
amazing.
Jake cooked the channel when.
So this is the last episode of September. In October, let's commit to
Movie and chick tract.
a movie and a chick tract minimum. So you will
It's
get that.
sealed with a gavel.
I needed to go on vacation and do a bunch of stuff, and we're about to do the D&D thing.
Yeah, did we have a date for that? Yeah.
We don't have a concrete date for that because we need to wait for stuff to come in. But in group chat, I bought the table. You guys are buying the chairs, but I'm gonna get the cameras and the mics and stuff. I think.
Yeah, if you need help, I know you guys were staining the table. If you guys need help doing anything, let me know. I'll come over and.
Yeah, we got it. Sarah and I did it in like I don't know, maybe an hour one day. But yeah, we'll need set design and stuff. So.
By the way,
that's
I
gonna
know
be
we
so
haven't done a
fucking
live
fun.
in a while because of the move. I don't know Randy's situation, but whenever Randy's settled, I can do a live again if you guys want to.
Okay, I think Randy is capable of that. So, yeah, we'll get back into it. So we'll get back into a lot of stuff. September was a recharge month. October, we're back into the swing of shit. I'm excited. Going hard. Tamale de elote, please.
I'll look it up.
Well, elote is just street corn, so it's mayo, queso fresco, corn, and usually like some sort of seasoning like cayenne or something.
So are they
But
saying
tamales.
make corn tamales?
Make elote tamales. That could be good. I could make that. Did they review the film version of Dark Dungeons? We did that.
Oh, that was years ago.
Years
that was
ago.
before I had ever played D&D, so I didn't understand half the
I
jokes.
played D&D.
Oh, I wonder if I went back
right after
and
I
watched.
had played D&D for
How
just a minute.
How embarrassed would I be to go back and watch that, making jokes that probably make no sense or that I didn't understand at the time? That'd be bad.
No, I don't know.
I don't go back and watch our old stuff.
I don't anymore. Been so long. Ooh, elote corn first. Okay, no more of that. All right, we love your faces. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back regularly.
Yeah, I was gonna stream today, by the way, on my own channel. I'm feeling kind of tired, so I don't think I'm gonna. But I'll be on tomorrow for some kind of stream, probably Chud Watch
as well.
Cool.
What time are we going on? 6?
Probably
You've been
around
going
then,
on- you've been
5
going
or
on around
6.
6. Okay, I usually go on at 8ish. So yeah.
Okay.
I try not to run into you too much.
No.
All right. Well, let's have a good fucking week, chat. Let's have a good one. We'll be back, and yeah, you can follow us on Twitch to watch all of our solo stuff. Sometimes we cross over and raid each other and stuff like that. But Hannah Reloaded over there, if you want to do the crazies and the conspiracies and all sorts of wacky stuff over there. And me, I sort of stay in more of a political lane. But we have a lot of fun in both places, so you really can't go wrong. So definitely, if you're scared of Twitch, just trust me. Just trust me. You don't have to spend a dime over there. You'll enjoy it, I promise. It's a much better experience for a user than YouTube. And that's as a person who uses both platforms, as a person who watches stuff. I mean, I just love Twitch so much, just as a viewer. So definitely come over there and drop a follow and just pop in whenever we're live if you need some content. And then of course we have our solo YouTube channels. If you need the YouTube platform, you can get some smaller bites and the whole VODs over on our YouTube channels of the same name, Actual Jake and Hannah Reloaded. So, yeah, so we always got stuff, and we will have some D&D announcements this month. Should be a good thing. I'm super excited for that. So please do consider checking it out. It will be live on my channel on Twitch, and then we'll have VODs on YouTube as well, on the Charisma Saves YouTube channel. And
Is that you still have to convert that over?
yeah, but we will. And oh man, you guys are gonna have so much fucking fun. I'm so excited for you guys to just explore this new place with all of us knowing what we're doing now, and also the implications of the last campaign. Just like see, just having a world that you know that you have touched, I think is going to make this such a fucking cool experience. So Twitch sucks because of time zones. Well, you can watch the VODs on that as well. But yeah. Anyway, it's going to be great. Love your faces. And we have to have a parting piece of wisdom from Hannah. So what do you say? What's your wisdom? This is an on and off thing that I do, and I should be more consistent about it.
If you want people to feel bad for you when you die, take preventative medicine.
True. All right.
All right. I'll see you guys soon. Again, I'll be on Twitch tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later.
Later.